Hello and welcome back to the Bored Whovian YouTube channel, and you'll be quick to notice I'm not in my usual room. I'm currently visiting my girlfriend, and she's out for the minute, and I need to record a video, and it's actually quite annoying. I recorded a video, and I wasn't really proud of it. It was a bit of a mismatch, and I didn't end up uploading it because the news about the release dates came out literally straight away, and I wasn't falling for that again. I wasn't releasing a video only for it to be null and void immediately. I didn't think I had enough substance. I'll talk about some of the topics again later. I talk about the whole unearthly child nonsense, which, if you're unaware of, I'll get into it in another video. I talk about some other things. I forget what I talk about, but I'll look back at it and we upload it in a more, organised video. But today, what I'm going to be talking about is the release dates. We have them. It was announced, and sadly, there will be no content. There will be no official Doctor Who episodes before the 60th anniversary. The first one will air on the first Saturday after it, on the 25th of November, and then we'll get one on the 2nd, and then one on the 9th of December. Which means there's pretty much going to be a week where Doctor Who isn't on before the Christmas special. Pretty much. And what do I think about this? Well, there's a couple things you can take from it. One, I guess it makes sense. You have to wait for content you have to wait for the 60th, not get a little bit before, and you're not going to dump all three at the same time. You're going to dump them, week to week. And I do think putting them week to week is the good idea. There was a bit of a worry in the original post which mentioned iPlayer from the BBC, and then Russell Davies reconfirmed on BBC One we are getting them televised, because if Doctor Who's just going to be streaming, that's terrifying. I want Doctor Who to be on TV. That's just how it should be. It should be live television, broadcasted. And we finally got the first advertisement of Doctor Who on Disney Plus. Well, not Doctor Who. This is the first time the 60th has been addressed at all on Disney Plus, and we got the TARDIS to be involved with the Disney Plus ident, which was sick. But the trailer was different slightly. We got some new shots, so some lines sounded a little bit different. One thing for sure, in one shot you can see Mel in the background, and I was pretty convinced Mel would be in the 60th, despite not being confirmed, as one line which people had seen in the public, Doctor clearly says Mel. And I remember this coming up before Power of the Doctor and thinking, why the hell are they bringing Mel back? And then obviously RTD has seen Power of the Doctor and gone, hey, Mel's back, why not just carry on and keep her, and she'll be working with UNIT, and that's a good character. And I'm guessing he likes Bonnie Langford, and she's in there, and then she's also going to be in Series 15. She's going to be the Sarah Jane of this era, which is cool. Fine, bring Mel back. That's really fun. And I was very convinced she'd be in this, and I found it weird when she was announced to come back that it was announced for but I'm guessing it's because her filming with Shooty was so public there was no way to ignore it, and he could kind of keep her 60th role private, but we've just seen her in the background of a shot, so we know she's back. One thing which I've seen not a lot of people talk about is the brain-shatteringly great news we've just been given. Forget the fact that we all thought it would maybe be the 25th would be the final day. That would be the third one. And then we'd make a month for the Christmas one. Sure, it's coming out a little bit later than we want. And that's annoying, but hey, I think it was leaked a couple of days before that's what it was going to be, and then they just confirmed it. But the big, amazing news. Doctor Who is back on Saturdays. Hello? That's amazing. Doctor Who is on Saturdays. I'm sorry. We're getting everything we thought we were getting with Russell. When Russell came back, we went, right, Christmas specials, annual Doctor Who, and guess what? Saturdays. Boom. That is a hat trick. All three. Dun, dun, dun. All locked off. I just realised by doing it like that, I may have put my middle finger up to the screen. Apologies, YouTube. Don't block me or anything. But with all of that, that's amazing. Doctor Who should be on a Saturday. It felt right. And one thing which I never thought about, which is something I realised through watching content from Crispy Pro, is the international issue with just timing, because Doctor Who, if you're Australian, is going to come out in the morning when, it's 7 p.m. for us. Obviously it's not going to come out at 7 p.m. for them, because then they'd watch it before us or way after us, and Twitter and the internet exists, so that's not going to help. So if you're Australian, and it was coming out on a Sunday. It's a Monday morning. People have jobs. So Saturday for them is so much easier. You can watch it on a Sunday morning, having cereal. That's perfect, So, Chris Pro, if you somehow stumble onto my content, I'm happy for you. He's never going to see this video, is he? But anyway, let's just keep talking. I think that is just fantastic. Doctor Who should be on Saturdays. And, yeah. And the other thing, which I heard someone talk about on, I think it was Who Culture, was the idea that the 60th anniversary is airing a little bit later, and it's airing into December, and there's only a small gap between the 60th and the Christmas special, is that maybe these specials are more connected than we think. And that can be true. I'm not too sure they are, but one thing I am very certain of is I think Ncuti Gatwa is going to have a much bigger role in the 60th than we think. Do I think he'll have that much screen time? No. I think we're fairly certain all the specials are up 60 minutes. It's not been officially confirmed, but if you look at the pre-order for the 60th DVD, which I have already shamelessly purchased immediately, it does count it as 3 hours. And I'm pretty certain that's just going to contain the runtime of the episodes, not of the special edition content. So I'd assume an hour each special, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I think Ncuti, it's not going to be a case of they regenerate into him, 5 minutes go by, episode finishes. I think we're going to get a bit of Ncuti before Tennant's done. I think we're going to get maybe of the Guardians of the Edge kind of content from Power of the Doctor. I think we will get a decent amount of scenes with Ncuti. I think so. I'm fairly certain. And I cannot wait to see stuff with Ncuti. I cannot wait to see him. I'm so excited for Ncuti. But, we've got to now. But yeah, if I can finish off on one thing. I did my video on the new theme tune. Check it if you haven't seen it already. It was a video. I discussed the new theme and my opinion on it. I was fairly confident that I liked it, and that when we hear the version that will be televised, it will be much better and people will like it even more. People who don't like it can give it a second chance. And we hear a brief version of it in the BBC Ident featuring David Tennant. You can watch it here. And yeah, that sounds night and day, very different to what we heard. There's some noises in there which are very different, and I'm wondering whether or not they're part of the theme, or whether or not they're just part of their noises to go along with the Doctor waving his Sonic. I'm not too sure, but you can tell that it's the Doctor theme, but it sounds different to the orchestral version that we've already heard. So, and the one thing we're always missing, which I've said in that video, we don't have the title sequence yet. And when you jumble it all together and you see the finished product and you hear it alongside that, it's going to be very different. And, I can't wait. And I think that's why it's better to sometimes just get it with the episode, because you're so excited for the episode that if you don't like it, you stomach it. And if you love it, God, it just adds to everything. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've disliked the title sequence in New Who, really. Okay, I'll tell a lie. I've just realised I didn't like Series 7B or Series 7A. But anyway, I digress. I think I'm very happy with this news. Doctor Who is coming back. The fact that we have a date just solidifies it. And I'm so excited. Every time I'm with my family, when I'm home, I just love talking about it now. Because Doctor Who's a thing which I grew up with. And, I wasn't the kid who was obsessed with Doctor Who. I was in a house that watched Doctor Who. It's just like David Tennant left and they grew away from it. And I just got more and more obsessed and kept watching and haven't stopped watching. And they're excited and they're going to start watching it again. They haven't watched it since series 5, I think. They stopped at the start of Matt Smith. And I just can't wait to get on the sofa and watch Doctor Who with my family again, like I used to on Saturday nights. Do you remember when Saturday night was just great for television? I remember watching Harry Hill, Stevie Burp, Doctor Who, and X Factor as a kid, and I loved that. And having Doctor Who on a Saturday night, David Tennant is going to be the Doctor for 3 Saturdays in a row. I get to relive my childhood just that little bit. I remember exactly where I was watching Partners in Crime. I was around a friend's house, and I remember when Rose walked out, and I was just like, what? Yeah, I think I was nearly 6, but yeah, that was mental. But yeah, hopefully, you've enjoyed the video. Comment below your opinions on the release dates. Are you a little bit annoyed? Are you happy that we finally have way more certainty? And yeah, ding the bell to be notified of any videos I upload soon. There's some more news which I'll talk about, like the 60th themed like documentaries and additional shows which are coming out next week. And yeah, as I said, ding the bell, comment below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you haven't already, or if you're new, please. That'd be really cool. And yeah, I've been the Bored Hoovian, and I'll see you around.